It's the first day of spring, and I really wanted to film, but I'm running so late. Like, it's already 10:20, and I have to be at my Dysport appointment by 10:45, so I have like 5 minutes to like run out the door. But and that's the only thing I get. I get Dysport. I used to get Botox. I started when I was like, I don't even know, it's been a while, but the Botox started wearing off like really fast because you'll start to metabolize it, especially if you work out a lot. So then I switched to Dysport, and when I asked the dermatologist the difference between Dysport and Botox, she didn't really say much. She just kind of said it's just preference, like what luxury brand you like better. And some people don't even consider this luxury, but like say Louis Vuitton or Gucci, you know, it's just what's your preference. That's all she said, but there's definitely more to it because I have a client who, her friend is a sales distributor for Dysport, and she's like telling me all the benefits. Like, no, Dysport sets in faster, where Botox it can take up to 2 weeks to see anything. Dysport's within a few days. And like for me, I don't get that heavy feeling in my forehead like I did with Botox, and I don't know, I just like it better. I just get better results. For me, it lasts longer, and like I said, I don't know if that's because my body doesn't metabolize it as fast because it's maybe a different composition of chemicals. I feel like my body's kind of starting to get used to it, or I don't know if because I'm working out even more, it starts to wear off faster. But yeah, that's where we're going, and that's what I recommend to get. I like the Dysport over the Botox, and I never got a headache from Dysport either. The first time or two I got Botox, I think I had a little bit of a headache, but I mean, is it neurotoxins? I know, a lot of the stuff I do is contradicting. Like, I won't get like, well, I won't even get into that, but there's like certain things I'm like, oh no chemicals, but when it comes to my face, I'm like, shoot me up, baby. Anyway, that's all I get in my face. I don't do fillers. I would not recommend fillers. I think that shit migrates, okay? And it makes you look older than you are. I don't know why. And then I have like 20-year-olds getting filler. I'm like, you do not need that. And the same with the lips. I think that this shit migrates. It migrates like up here, and then you have to get them dissolved, and it's just like this big process. And two, what I want to tell you, I had a client, she got her lips done one time, the littlest bit in, and she said that when it started to wear off, they started to droop, right? Because it's stretching your lips out. This is what she just told me. I've never had lip filler, and she's like, they started to droop, so you have to like get it again. And she's like, I don't want to get it again though. And she got them done at like a plastic surgeon's office, and the girl at the desk was like, we'll do a lap, but we do not do the lips. Like, I would not get my lips done. Well, they did lips at the office, but the girl's like giving her advice, don't get your lips done. They don't look, I don't want to say they don't look good in person, but they look a little weird in person. They look good in pictures, unless it's very subtle. But I feel like you keep getting it done over and over again, and then you get this buildup. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't get filler, but never say never. And I really like my dermatologist. She's so nice, and she's close, and she has like a less is more kind of approach. I feel like I always have to ask like for a little bit more, which is good because you don't want someone to over inject you. I don't want to go to someone that you can tell that they have like their face is all, you know, like you can tell they have a lot in there, right? My girl looks very natural, which is what I like because she's probably going to make you look natural then. And that's what I want to look like. I don't want to look like I had anything done. I just want to look a little bit refreshed. So anyway, love her. Got here on time. It's a miracle. Well, not really. I'm always on time. So this is my dermatologist's office. They have a bunch of different contraptions around, and I'm just waiting, listening to the relaxing spa music. I will say, I don't think it necessarily hurts, but it does pinch when they put the needles in, and they don't numb the area or anything. They offer you a ball to squeeze if you want, but I'm usually okay, and I'm used to it, so. And this is what it looks like after you're done. There's like little bumps. See, by the time I pay, the bumps are already pretty much gone. So, get all pumped up. Then I go at once every 3 months, so it's perfect because I'll come back in June, and then for my birthday in July, so it'll have 2 weeks to set in, and I'll look like a little spring flower for my birthday. Okay, I just wanted to finish up this video. It's been almost a week later, and it's setting in nicely in my forehead. I can't really, you know, I don't see any movement or wrinkles up there. But I get it. I didn't show her injecting it, but I get it in my forehead. I get it in between my eyes, the glabella it's called, and then I get like around my eyes for the crow's feet. She just puts a little bit in, because I still like to have a little bit of like, you know, you don't want it to be where there's like my forehead. I don't care if, you know, I can still move my eyebrows. Still can have like movement, like you still see a little bit of a wrinkle, but it softens it. And we do the same pattern every time. And some people ask, do you get bruising? I don't get bruising anymore. I did bruise one time a long time ago, like once or twice, like around my eyes where the skin's a little bit thinner. And I don't know if that was a me thing, or if it's how they inject it. You know, if they hit the wrong spot or they put it in the needle in a certain way, it could cause bruising. I don't know, but I don't really have that problem anymore. I think that's too when I was going to somebody else, because I was going to someone else and they moved to North Carolina, and then I started going to my dermatologist I'm at now. And I did try one other person one time at a med spa, and I will say I did like how this med spa did my eyebrows, because it gave, or my forehead, because it gave it a little bit of a lift somehow. She gave it like a little lift, whatever technique she used. But she also went underneath my eyes with Botox a little bit, and it made me really puffy for a couple weeks, and I didn't really like that. I felt like that character from Saw that's riding around on the tricycle, you know, with the puffy cheeks. I'm being dramatic, but it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. But to me, when I took a selfie, I'm like, what's going on with my face? So I don't really like Botox to go below my eye, which I didn't think that you could go below the eye with Botox, but people get it in their jawline now too. But I will say, if you do get it in your jaw, that could affect your smile. Like, I like my smile, so I don't want to have to be like, you know, like, I just feel like it could, well, that's what it does. It paralyzes certain muscles that you can't move them. So I would like to have a slimmer jawline, but I use my, what's it called? Gua sha, whatever it's called, you know, to try and lift everything up, because that's working your muscles too naturally. I just don't want it to get injections in your jaw. It could affect your smile, like I said. Now, I will say one thing you want to look out for, and I started getting Botox because I thought it was like a preventative thing. You know, if you have fine lines and wrinkles, if you get the Botox, that prevents them from getting any deeper. So you would then have to get, if the lines get too deep, that's when you have to do filler. So I didn't want to have to get to that point. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just start doing this now, so the lines don't get any deeper. But I will say it's paralyzing your muscle, like in your forehead. And I did actually read, and this is just things you need to know, because I didn't know this before I started going in. You're not using that muscle. What happens when you don't use a muscle? It could cause muscle atrophy. Am I saying that right? Let me look that up. So if you stop getting it, you might if like feel your forehead, it might feel like, I don't want to say squishy, but what would a muscle feel like if you stopped using it? So anyway, that's just something you should know going in. But I get it once every, I'm like really scheduled with it. I get it once every 3 months, and it'll run me around, well, you get the points too, you know, you get points the more you go, you know, so you'll get like 20 bucks off here and there. But I think it's around like 450 bucks or so every 3 months. So I don't know. And I just hand them the credit card. It's fine. You gotta look good. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I have asked before about getting it down here in my throat, because there's like a couple lines down there, and she's like, yeah, we can do that. But something stopped me, because like I was having a flashback to, like, you know, when you take like a piece of food, you're like really shoving your face and you're not really chewing, and you know, it gets stuck in your throat for a second and you're like like, oh god, this is how it's all gonna end. And then you finally get that food down. But I'm thinking like, okay, well, if you put Botox down there, it's like paralyzing the muscle. Would I have trouble swallowing? I'd really have to take small bites of food, and I don't know if that's possible for me, because sometimes I'm such a little piglet. So anyway, that's something to keep in mind. Anyway, that's my video, and I hope it helps you with any questions you might have if you're curious to do it. Just make sure you do your research and go to someone that's reputable. I like to get references before I try someone. Like, I like, you know, I look at them, and if I think if they're like, if they're openly talking about it and their Dysport or Botox is looking really good, ask them, where do you go? Kind of like if you see someone and they're talking about getting their hair done and you really like their hair, you say, oh, well, where do you go for your hair? Get a referral, get references, and read reviews. And I look at the doctor too. If she looks good, you know, and she looks natural, I know that she's probably not going to over plump me. But if the injector's looking real crazy, I'm probably not going to trust you with my face. It's your face. You gotta do research. So, because it's like what everybody sees every day, okay? So anyway, I hope this video helps you answer any questions or inhibitions you might have about getting Dysport Botox. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm really trying to not say you know and like, and I feel like this video might be a little choppy because I'm going to be editing that out. So anyway, I love you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Love you.